Hey everyone, you're listening to 5 Years Time with your host, Grace Black. Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Years Time with your host, Grace. I'm so happy that you've decided to join us on this beautiful Wednesday, and I hope that you are all recovering from the lack of sleep because of daylight savings, but being energized by that extra hour of light that we've been receiving. First, I want to say, come on. This is so silly. Where's spring? If you were from around Niagara, Southern Ontario area, what is this weather? I need some spring days. But that being said, I have this theory that every St. Patrick's Day is literally the most beautiful day. And it's been working out for the past 5 years or so, maybe further. I feel like further than 5 years. For the past 5 to 10 years, St. Patrick's Day has been like this shining light. Like naturally, it is just always such a beautiful day. The vibes are right, but the sun is shining. It's like the first real springy day every year. There's something about it. So I'm going with the theory that this random March winter has come because it wants to make St. Patrick's Day even more impactful. So let's hope that tomorrow is the sunshiny day that we're all looking for and that we can wear our light sweaters, maybe even t-shirts. That would be nice. I could be dreaming. Yeah, so that's just what I want to put out there. So everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day. I know it's a day early, but I hope we all have a wonderful time celebrating and share in a Guinness or a non-alcoholic green beverage of choice and just feel the good vibes that St. Patrick's Day is all about. I guess I should fill you in on what I've been up to. I feel like every time I go to sit down, I'm like so out of breath because I'm like setting up all the equipment and I just need to learn to stop and take a breath. I should learn from when we had Mackenzie on and do a breath first. So everyone, let's take a deep breath. Okay, that felt good. Anyone who's watching on YouTube, I am using my webcam to record, so it's a little bit of a different angle, but I think it's pretty fun. I just was worried that my camera recently has been timing out at 30 minutes, and I just didn't want to have to deal with the starting and restarting, if I'm being honest. So we're doing it this way. We'll see how I feel when I upload it, but I think you get the same vibe. It's almost more casual. I feel like podcasts are all about casual. Like I'm just coming here talking to you. So if you're watching via video, that's the difference in quality and angle. Um, this past week has been busy, I feel. I was in the office a lot last week, and that kept me busy. I always feel when I'm in the office, my days just like fly by, and then my evenings are I'm like so exhausted. But I'm actually going to talk about that in this week's topic. But moving forwards, this weekend we took Rose swimming again, which was so fun. She's loving it. It was way less busy than last time, which I'm going to make a combo of why I think that. One, it's March break, so maybe like people are traveling or out or away. And two, we went to the first one in the morning and it was daylight savings on Sunday. So maybe everyone went to the next one because there's one right after it because they want it to still have that extra hour of sleep. That's my theory. But anyway, so we got lucky and there were only a couple of us in the pool, which was beautiful because we were able to really have space. So that was nice. And it's been a nice routine. Um that was Sunday, so I kind of jumped ahead. What did I do on Saturday? You know, now that I'm thinking about it, oh, I know. Saturday was our rest day. I feel like last weekend we were like go 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 go. So we decided this weekend we were just going to have a rest day. So Saturday we just had a really slow morning, made a fire in the morning, hung out, read books, and just really chilled. And then we made hot chocolate because it was like randomly so cold. So we made some hot chocolate and then we all had naps. And then in the afternoon, we went to the mall and we ran around. We were going to go for a walk, but it was like so windy out. It just was not enjoyable. It was one of those things where it's like you couldn't even dress to like enjoy outside. It was just the wind was harsh. So we went to the mall and that was nice. Ro enjoyed running around. and we hit up the grocery store to just pick up some dinner. We decided we wanted to have like a picnic style dinner, so we made sandwiches and had potato salad, and yeah, the only thing we were missing was eating on the floor outside, but we enjoyed our pretend spring picnic inside. And so yeah, we just had a nice slow easy Saturday, which was exactly what we needed. And we felt refreshed for Sunday, where we went to the pool in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we actually went to a friend's house and we just hung out there. And that was nice. We ordered in takeout and just caught up with friends, which was great. And then we drove home, which was so weird because we left there probably around 7 to get Rowie in bed. And it was still like bright, bright, bright out. So that was just like, wow, this is so fun. Like it just like really does feel good when you can have a little time in the evening, especially when you work a 9 to 5, when you get to come home and still enjoy some life after. You don't just feel like you need to get cooped up and stay inside. So that was nice. And then came home and I did a little spa night, aka a face mask, and I've caught up on like pretty much all my shows. Currently I'm just watching shows, like I'm not watching anything that's like binging like on Netflix or whatever. So I don't have anything really waiting for me. So I think I maybe watched a couple YouTube videos and then just listened to a podcast and fell asleep. And it was lovely. And we all slept in this morning, which was so nice because I'm recording this on Monday. And we all slept in this morning, which was so nice. And yeah, it just felt good to have that little bit of extra time. But I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of feeling like it's a second cup of coffee kind of day. But I also at the same time, I'm like, I should just push through because it's the time change. I need to get used to it. But we'll see where I fall if I'm gonna have that second cup of coffee. How are you all adjusting to the extra or the lack of an hour? Um, are you exhausted or you're not feeling it at all? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, but that was pretty much my week. It was nice, and I'm just really excited for that extra hour of sunshine as the days get longer and hopefully the weather warms up soon. We have been getting work done in our backyard for like the past 2 years or like 2 summers, year and a bit. And it's like at the final stages. And so pretty much we've been just waiting for the contractors to come back and get started. But obviously the weather's been pretty crappy. So it's just been put off longer, which is fine. Like there's lots of time. There's still summer's months away. But anyways, they came back today. So that's exciting. It's just fun to be able to see that the progress is happening and that things are going down, because I'm kind of the mindset that I'm pretending it's like never gonna happen so that I like don't get my hopes up. So when it does finish, it's like a nice surprise, because I feel like once you like put a deadline, especially when it has to do with like construction things always get delayed, shipments get delayed, things get delayed, people get delayed, things get delayed, whatever. So I'm just like not having expectations on a deadline or a due date. So it's a nice surprise when it gets done. But it's nice to see them back working. Feels good. Um yeah, so I think that's that. I'm excited to get into today's topic about something that I had a revelation on this week. So yeah, let's get into this week I learned. This week I learned that I am fully a hibernating human being. So there's these TikToks that's been going around for a while that's like blowing people's minds, saying that like hibernation isn't actually what we thought it was when we were in school. Like I don't know, I can't obviously go back and hear what I was taught, but when I was in school, I had the understanding that hibernation was like of bears and other, I think turtles hibernate or tortoises, I don't know, but anyways, bears specifically would eat a lot before winter, and then they would go into their cave and they would sleep for all of winter, and then they would eventually wake up and leave their cave, and like their body was able to just like reduce its way of living to like 5% of what it normally did, so it could just live off of the food it had and it just slept. But that's not true. That's not actually what hibernation is. Now, me saying this, I have not fully like delved deep into what hibernation is, but technically I think what it is that they obviously stock up, eat lots of food, but then maybe they make a stockpile in their cave. I'm not 100% sure, but then they're living, they just like live on way less of what they need, and they just like do less activity and like are living a very slow life and just like not doing as much, etc. And so that being said, that's how I feel I am in the wintertime. I fully just like stop doing as much, and I'm obviously highly affected by daylight, as I feel like so many people are, and I just totally go into this like hibernation state. Now that being said, I still need the same amount of like food. Like I my resources are the same, but the way that I exert my energy is 100% different. And especially working like 9 to 5, I feel like when you get home, you just like it's dark out, you can't like really continue your day outside, and you just kind of like, for me, I just end up like on the couch in bed watching shows, like not doing much, and then going to sleep early, and like that's pretty much my winter exists of. So that is my hibernative. That is what a hibernation is for me personally. And so I came to this conclusion where I was taking my nap on Sunday. I love napping. We should all know this by now, but like if I can have a nap, I will take a nap. And I find that napping is my most like creative time of the day. It's like where I gain a lot of clarity, and so I find that like as I'm falling asleep, I my mind like I'm really good at like clearing my mind and falling asleep, which is probably why I enjoy napping, because like it's something I'm good at. I'm good at falling asleep. And so as I'm falling asleep and my mind is clearing, I find that that's where I have my best ideas. But this is like a tricky situation for me because I also find now that like my memory isn't as sharp. Like, so if I don't write it down, will I forget it? So I always have this like fine debate. It's like as it's on the cusp as I'm falling asleep, that these ideas come into my mind. I feel the most creative, and I have to have that inner debate. Like, am I going to remember it? Do I need to write it down? But then if I write it down, am I like losing the work I've put in to like get to this sleepy state? So, anyways, I had this idea on Sunday. I'm falling asleep. This is a great idea. I'm like falling asleep and I'm thinking like, oh, this is a great idea. This is a great idea. And I'm like, okay, I should write it down. I should write it down. But I'm like already past the possibility of writing it down. I was like, okay, make a mental note, make a mental note. And then I fell asleep. And I woke up and I still had the idea in my head. So right away I was like, okay, I got to write it down. I got to like move forwards and do something about it. And so the idea was basically that this was Sunday, so it was daylight savings. And I was like, this is a perfect time to start this. And it was just that I'm going to break my hibernation. If anything, I've learned that we have time. There's time in the day, and it's how we use our time. And for me, I am a morning person. So as the day goes on, my energy gets less and less and less. I find that like if I'm very productive in the morning, by like lunchtime, I feel really great. I feel like, oh, yes, I should go do something, like something for me, have fun, like just relax and enjoy, like go out after work or whatever. But then by like after like between 2 and the ending of work, it's like I'm exhausted. I'm fully drained. So by the time that I get home or I have the opportunity to do something for myself, it's like I can't. I just can't. I'm too tired. I just need to like watch shows and vegetate and do nothing. So, what I'm saying is that for me, I know that like I have time in the day, but I need to like actively choose to spend it wisely. And I need to set set expectations for myself. And this isn't a pressure situation, but I know that if every single day of the week I only just watch shows and don't do anything with my like hours that I have in the evening, like I end up feeling like pretty blah, or like, oh, what did I do this week? Or like I wish I did something, or or sometimes I feel like I wish I had time to do this because a hobby that I would love to do, but I don't. But it's like I do have time. I just need to actively be mindful and allot it in a different way. And I thought, like, this is the perfect time for me to break my hibernation, because winter's over. We're getting that extra hour in the evening, and it's just going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So, this is the time that I need to actively break my hibernation and do something in the afternoon. And I'm not saying that I need to, or not in the afternoon, in the evening. For me, the big thing is I put Rosie to bed at 6:30, and we're so um, grateful that we have a daughter who loves to sleep and is as good of a sleeper as I am. So we have those extra hours in the evening. I put her to bed at 6:30. I definitely don't need to be going to bed until 9:30, like that 9 o'clock, starting getting ready for bed. So I still have time So why do I feel like I just need to like sit? Even especially as I just said earlier, I'm only watching right now currently like shows that play week to week. So it's not even like there's anything that I'm like super invested in to like watch long things. So I end up just filling my time with like TikTok or random YouTube videos or just like literally sitting and not doing anything. So I need to start making that effort. And that doesn't mean I need to start right away doing like many hours of something. It just means like maybe even 10 minutes, just like extending that a half an hour, extending it just a little bit. And then I can really, really get a lot because I love watching shows. Like I love sitting and vegetating. But like if you're doing it all the time and like not even enjoying what you're consuming anymore, then it takes away from that joy. So if I just do something that I enjoy and then I can get ready for bed and watch my show or whatever. And then it's like I'm really getting to relax and enjoy that time. It's not like I'm trying to fill my time. Does that make sense? Like I'm not trying to fill my time in the way that I'm just trying to get to bed. Like, oh, I have nothing to do. Might as well just sit and like watch a show in the background or whatever. Like this way I'm actually using my time. So I am currently breaking my hibernation and I'm actually doing a little series on Instagram Reels where every night I am going to record what I do to break this hibernation and get myself into the spring mood and use that extra hour of daylight and just like really start living my life for me because it's so easy to get wrapped up in other people's needs and other people's wants. And I love taking care of my family. I love that. But like, and that is for me, but it's also for them. So, and I like doing my job. I like having a job. I like working. I like having goals and stuff like that. But that's not for me, that's for them. So I need to make sure that at the end of the day, I'm doing something for me that is fun and enjoyable. And like I have the time. Like, why not use it? Use it to its max. So I'm gonna start doing that. And that's exactly what I did last night when I said that I had a little spa. I did a face mask. We went out and saw friends. I typically would sometimes feel like, especially with the pandemic, it's like, oh, I'm stressed. It's a Sunday night. Like we shouldn't go um see people like that. Like what it's gonna cut up my time. But like what do you mean? Like I rested. We spent Saturday resting. So we're ready for Sunday. We're ready to get out there. I'm still gonna get home at a reasonable hour. I have a child I have to put to bed. So it's like, do it. But I'm such a person who always feels like I need to really be well rested, but like I'm good at being well rested. So I also need to understand that like I have time, I can do things, I can find joy in those things. So that is what I'm doing. Follow, obviously, here I'll keep you updated, but follow along on Instagram if you really want to feel the vibes, get some inspiration of fun things that I'm going to be doing in the evenings when I put my daughter to sleep at 6:30 and just extending my day a little bit. And I'm looking forward to it. Yesterday was good. We're going to see how today goes because this is my first day of work. It's always different at work, right? As I said, for me, but by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I feel great. I'm like, let's conquer the world. Let's go out. But by like between that 2 and end of the workday, I'm like drained and exhausted. So I just need to like push past that because I'm done just vegetating. That's not saying I'm not going to, but it just means that I want to really value that time I get to watch my show and really value my time here on earth, enjoying my life. Like there's so much time. I feel like we never feel like there's enough time, but all we have is time. Like we have time. It's how we choose to spend it. And I have this free time. Like I am very grateful that I have these few hours of free time that I can choose how I want to spend them. Obviously, I can leave the house, but if then Trevor has to be here. So sometimes I have to stay home, which is fine. Like there's so much stuff I can do at home, but like use them, just use them. So that's what I'm doing basically. I'm using them. So come along with me as I rediscover my hobbies and things that I love doing and use that time. And I'm actually so excited for it. And yes, there'll be days where I'm tired. And yes, there'll be days where maybe I don't want to do something. But that's just me knowing that like 10 minutes, even just 10 minutes of doing something other than just sitting and not doing anything is something. Um, so yeah, I'm being easy on myself, but I'm breaking my hibernation. I'm re-entering the world. Winter is done. Winter Bear Grace is gone. Summer Bear Grace is here. Rar or Spring Bear Grace is here. So I'm breaking my hibernation. and I am so looking forward to it. And I'm just looking forward to like actively using my time to the best of my ability, because the days do fly by, right? Like even when I do my recaps, I'm like, I can't even remember what happened. As I'm living it, it's like so slow motion, but that's how fast it can go by. So I'm just trying to be really mindful with my time and breaking that hibernation. I really think that you all should try it too if you're someone who just like to veg at the end of the day, because sometimes it's nice to do something for ourselves. It doesn't mean it needs to be like elaborate. Like even just doing a draw something. Have you ever done that? It's like these cute little videos. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see. You'll see it's so cute. Okay, so this week I learned it's time to break my hibernation. Let's get into our roses, buds, and thorns. Okay. My rose for this week was, I want to say, the extra hour of sunlight, because I am truly a solar powered human being. I don't know if it's the Leo in me or just like naturally vitamin D is a beautiful thing for our minds and bodies, but that extra hour just made so much joy. And that being said, on top of that, I have filled my house with color, as I have spoken about, and that is just making me so happy. It really does. Like color makes me physically happy, and I'm so excited that I've like discovered that. Because just popping color here and there has just made me like naturally just have these moments of like if I'm stressed out or feeling overwhelmed or sad or whatever, and I walk into a room and I see these colors, it does bring me like joy. It does spark it in my heart, and those little things, they just make me so happy. So color and sun has been my rose this week. My thorn is, I feel like I it's weird because I'm in a really good place right now. Like this week's kind of been like up and down. I feel like I've had like a bit of an emotional roller coaster. And so I don't want to say that like it's a thorn to have to feel up and down. Like that's part of the journey. But I want to say that like it was kind of unexpected. And this is all going back to me now tracking my emotions. But I just I was unprepared for it, and so that was the thorn, was that I just wasn't prepared for it, and so it kind of like surprised me, and I'm just trying to like make sure that I keep myself in check and that I'm prepared for supporting myself the best. And I felt like I kind of let myself down in one of my moments of sadness. So I just want to make sure that I like can support myself the best. My bud is, well, I don't want to just say breaking my hibernation because obviously that's my bud, but my bud is, what's something exciting this week? Oh, you know what? There's a movie playing at the local movie house close to us. Like it's a theater, but it's also like a film house. It's like small theater. Um, and I really want to see it. Uh, it's called Belfast. It was obviously in theaters at some point. But anyways, my mom had went and saw it in theaters with my brother and said, my mom said it wasn't worth it seeing it in theaters. Like it'd be a better Netflix movie. So this is kind of like Netflix, but out of the house. So I'd really like to see that. And it's called Belfast, which is where my family's from in Ireland. And also obviously it's St. Patrick's Day this week. So I just feel like maybe this is like the good week to go see it. So I would like to go see that this week. And that is one of those things where it's like, there's always things I'd want to go do, but I never do them. So I'm going to be proactive and plan that and do something, which will be fun. I'm also looking forward to St. Patrick's Day, obviously. I don't know what I'm going to get up to, but I'll probably go into the office and uh maybe stop by a bar on the way home or something. Who knows? But we'll see. That's the thing now. Now that I have this whole mindset of like every evening I'm going to do something. It's like, wow, the world's my oyster. Like there's actually so many things to do. It's like hard to decide. So, it's kind of exciting. I'm just excited. I'm in an excited place. Okay. Those are my roses, thuds. I brought back the thud. Thorns and buds. Let's move on to entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. Pokey poke. I did pokies instead of snaps. That's why I said pokey poke. Okay, so the 2 shows I watched this past week, I finally caught up on, Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Is that the one it was called? So I didn't realize it was on. I knew that it was coming like, Below Deck ends and then the next one comes on, like, there's always a Below Deck, but I for some reason, I thought there was gonna be a longer break. But anyways, it was great because I had 3 episodes to watch. So I caught up on Below Deck Sailing Yacht, which is my favorite of all the seasons, like, all of the different Below Deck genres. I love the Sailing Yacht one. I love it because I feel like the sailing yacht really involves, like, true teamwork. I think all of them you have to have, like, this teamwork element, but, like, at the end of the day, there's so many moving parts. There needs to be communication, especially when the sails are up, all of this stuff, like, and it's a smaller quarters, it's a smaller boat. So I just feel like everyone just really needs to, like, communicate and have that teamwork mentality, and, like, there can't be, like, so much petty drama. You kinda have to, like, get past it. So I love it because it just feels like a real family by the end. So I really enjoyed that. I was happy I had 3 episodes. I just wanna say the chef, Marco, seems, like, amazing. Like, literally his food looks also great. I love his, like, commentary and, like, the things he have to say. He hasn't really been too involved, like, I feel like they've only been really filming him when he's cooking, like, he hasn't had too much, like, drama or any part of, like, the going out, like, yes, he's partaking, but, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I just love him, like, I think Marco's great, I think that he's gonna be, like, a great chef for this season, and I feel like he really has that, like, teamwork mentality as well. Glenn is my favorite, like, he is literally the best, and I think that's one of the reasons that I love Below Deck, Sailing Yacht specifically, is I just love him as a captain, like, I think he's great, and I think he really, like, has that, like, little fatherhood figure, like, to the boat. It's cute. I think he's, like, supportive, but also at the same time, like, takes no bull. I like him. I'm so happy Daisy's back. I personally love Daisy. She just, like, says it how it is, and I love that she, like, I feel like she's a really good team lead, and, like, she really tries to, be there for her stews, like, I love her. Gary, he's a little F-boy, we all know this, and obviously this is gonna be a theme, like, from the previews, that's what it looks like. I don't not like him. Sometimes I feel like he just, like, sticks his foot in his mouth. Gabriella, amazing. She is phenomenal, and she should 100% be the second stew, especially from, like, the way that she has taken over that position, her leadership, the way that she, communicates. I think it's all fabulous. I love, 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 love her. That being said, Ashley, who got third stew, what else can I say? Like, I have nothing against her, but, like, just the way that she takes the feedback and leadership and how she's like, "Oh, me and Gabrielle are the same," like, says right to Gabriella, especially in yachting where, like, I feel like positions are, like, really important, like, it's the number one respected thing, like, in boat culture is to respect, like, the positions. She's so, like, rude when she said to Gabriella, like, "Well, in my opinion, we're the same, and I'm not gonna change that unless anything else, and Daisy should be telling me, like, I should be talking to Daisy." It's like, "No, Daisy is the top, like, that's not how it works. It's like Gabriella is the in-between person. If there is a real problem, yes, it'll go to Daisy, chief stew, but, like, if there isn't a real problem, there should not be, it shouldn't get to that part because Gabriella and you should be able to have conversations, and Gabriella should be giving you good direction and leadership, and I think she's doing an amazing job. I love Gabriella. Ashley just seems young, like, I don't think she has much experience in the sense of, like, having to have leadership or someone teach you. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the issue is. Like, I like Ashley as, like, a person, but, like, in that situation, I don't know. Like, I think that they were positioned correctly. Daisy made a good call. Um, oh, Kelsey, I love her. Everyone just keeps calling her weird, so automatically I vibe with her, right? We've all listened to the I'm weird episode, or I'm a weirdo. Yeah, so basically, I automatically vibe with her. I love that she is, just doing her thing. She seems like she is ready to learn, full of knowledge, really enjoys just, like, doing her job, and she, like, is doing her own thing, and she makes funny sounds, and I love it. Everyone's like, "Oh, I love how positive she is," or whatever, and then they're like, "Oh, and she's definitely weird." I just feel like I vibe with that 100%. Like, if I was on the boat, that would be me. I would be the same person. Tom, I feel for him. He's like a little, I don't know, like, I think he thrives off of communication. Like he really values knowing what's going to go on. Maybe he has a bit of social anxiety when like he's not sure of what's happening, and that's totally fine. But I feel like yachting is definitely some very fast paced, especially um like when they're doing dockings and stuff like that. So I see why he gets frustrated, and I see why he feels like there isn't enough communication. And fair enough. Like I feel like there probably could be more communication. There always can be more. I feel like communication is the easiest thing to cut out, especially in a stressful situation. You all just become very like introverted on your own thing. But yeah, so I feel for him. And also like I don't know, like I understand why he's getting upset at Ashley for calling him young, but at the same time, I don't know, like, I just feel like he obviously likes her and he's being butthurt, but, like, I don't know, like, there's not gonna that's definitely not the way to make someone like you, by saying that you're upset at them or getting upset and then I don't know, like, it's just definitely not the way, like, I don't think those 2 are gonna work. And then, um, yeah, I just feel like so far, like, we haven't really got to the first night out yet, and I'm excited, to see, like, their first uh real like night out after like a couple like yachtings a couple couples. I feel like the first couple times that they like get together and start drinking and going out, it's like just getting to know each other, but this is like the first one where I feel like there's going to be like over lines and drama. So I'm excited. Anyways, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. That's the breakdown of the staff. They do all look like they're gonna probably end up being like that family element by the end. I hope. Um, but yeah, so I'm so excited that this season is back, or this genre. I don't know what it's called, but the sailing yacht, because it is my favorite. And then I'm all caught up on Summer House, and I just have two things to say about Summer House, and it's all about Paige. Paige and Craig, I have heart eyes for, because we know now, like we already know because this was filmed last summer, that they are a thing and that they end up working out. So like I can't hate on them in any way, and I don't. But Paige and Andrea, like I'm getting such an ick from Andrea now that I have this mentality. Like I think Andrea is great, but Paige just needs to set him straight. Like say like, no, it's Craig. Like that's it. Like she needs to do that because it's not fair to Andrea. But then I feel like Andrea also needs to like catch a bit of the drift. Like I feel like she's already told him this. So like I don't know. Him like anytime he like goes to hug her or whatever, I'm always like, "Oh," like so that's why ultimately Paige just needs to say like Craig is my dude. Chill. And I'm sure that will happen at some point. I look forward to when it happens, but yeah, that's it. And all the Amanda drama, what is Amanda's fiance's name? I totally just forgot. Nick? No, whatever. Amanda and her fiance. All of that drama, like I feel ultimately at the end of the day, like we know that they're gonna get married, and like I don't know, I just feel like they have like a realistic relationship, and they like just I don't know have issues, and it's weird because it's on TV. Like I just truly think that like also the producers are probably just choosing all their bad moments. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like at the end of the day, they just need to the thing is they take they have fights, and then they have those, and then they break it down with all their friends, so everyone's just seeing the negative, like nobody's seeing the positive. And so I can't talk on the fact that there is positive, but like I just feel like it doesn't help when you like air out your dirty laundry, and then like everything's okay, but all your friends just keep seeing the negative side. Like everyone has the negative side. Like I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, that's my breakdown on the two shows I'm watching, and I'm excited that both of them are on, and they bring me happiness. Oh yeah, and I guess I didn't recap all of Love is Blind because I just did the half recap last week. So basically, Love is Blind, I finished it up, and I just want to say Dipti is a queen. She is superior to all people of the world, and I just love her. And when she said no at the wedding, like I actually screamed like excitement. I made a TikTok right away being like, yeah, Dipti, like that was just like phenomenal. Shake was totally a hole about it. Like he was so rude. The way I understand, he was butt hurt, and that it was just like a perfect like example of why that was not going to work out. It was confusing though, because there were definitely parts where I feel like Shake was changing, and like I did appreciate that he was open and like said it how it was, because like you should always just be who you are. But like, yeah, no, he that did not work out. Um, so yeah, I'm just so happy for them. Honestly, I could care less about anybody else's timeline. I haven't even looked up people on social media yet. So I just kind of like wanted to know what was going to happen with them. But I will look people up and see who's still together. The ones that did get married, like, I don't know, I always feel like they're not gonna be the ones who last for some reason. But I don't know why. I just feel that. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I was just so happy for Dipty. Go Dipty, woo woohoo. But yeah, so that's all I've been watching recently. And I've been really enjoying it. If you want to know what I've been listening to, I did a throwback playlist for Sunday Reset this week. It's got a bit of everything, but the number one song on there is Jesus of Suburbia. And I just want to say I love Green Day. If you don't know about this about me, you probably don't. I probably haven't mentioned it, but like Green Day was like my number one favorite band growing up. I still love them to this day. Their music is so nostalgic to me. And so I put on Jesus of Suburbia because like I just love that song, and I feel like it has so many beautiful elements to it because it's like so many different songs wrapped up into one. And I just want to say, when Taylor Swift's 10-minute version of All Too Well came out, everyone was like, "Oh, yes, 10-minute version, blah 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 blah." But the original 10-minute version is Jesus of Suburbia, and it is just so good, and I could listen to those 10 minutes forever, especially because it's like literally four different songs in one. So if you're looking for a good 10-minute song, Jesus of Suburbia is for you. It has all the parts that you need in it. And yes, there's other throwbacks on there. And we talked about daylight savings. So it was a good one. My music, that is the first link, FYT Spotify playlist. And then again, go follow me on Instagram if you want to see my daily updates of breaking my hibernation. And I want to know if you guys are going to break your hibernation. Have you been hibernating? Have you been still getting up and doing things and being active in like not just chilling and watching shows or filling your time with like screen time? I am actively moving beyond that, and I want to know if you're doing it as well. Have a great week. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hopefully, if you're going out, the lines aren't too long. And maybe house parties are always the best. So if you can find a house party, go to that. And I wish you the best. Be safe. Have a great time. And hopefully, your nose doesn't dye green and you're walking around with a green nose from every time you drink your green beer. Oh, and everyone should have a pancake breakfast. That is classic. Okay. Wishing you the best day and the best week ahead. And I will see you back on Sunday for Sunday Reset. And of course, next Wednesday for a 5 years time. Mwah! Have a great day. Bye.